One thing that I wanted to make sure you knew about was that in Maestro, there is no undo like there is in a lot of Windows programs where if you make a mistake, you hit Control Z and it goes back to exactly where you were before. In Maestro, the only undo is that view undo or undo view change, which just takes you back to the last view of the model. It won't undo any actual changes to the model. So you do need to be careful about that. It's a good idea to save often. And to help with that, there is a setting in Maestro called autosave frequency under the file menu here. And I'm not sure what the default is when it installs. I have mine set to 10. So it'll automatically save the file after every 10 either create, modify, or delete commands, and I guess what we call destructive commands for the geometry. So it'll automatically create a copy of the file, and it just puts it in the same directory that you opened it from. So I opened the sample beam model file, and it creates this sample beam back file, and you can see they're the same size. It's essentially an identical file. It is a MDL file. It's just renamed with a new extension, and it'll keep being overwritten after every 10 edits. So if something were to happen, you can get a fairly recent copy of your file by just grabbing that, and you can simply make a copy of it and rename it. If I were to call this then I'd be able to open this in Maestro. I mean, I could put a date on it or something like that. If I didn't want to risk altering my only backup copy now, I could just copy it and then open it. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure you knew about the autosave feature. And when your models get very large, sometimes it'll seem like Maestro is freezing up for a few seconds or something. And there's a good chance what it's doing is doing one of those autosaves. It may take 10 seconds to save the file if you have an extremely large model with several 100,000 elements.